Gotta love that, you know? As big boys, you know, we gotta support our own. But I will say this much. Josh, a Sideshow, vicious to Michael's Reinhardt.
He gets the pin, he created space, didn't work out.
I do appreciate Kungarna trying something different, though.
Yeah, I think with the remix not in, you need somebody to fill in the Reinhardt responsibilities. You know, Super, they mentioned, pretty good Roadhog player, so you kind of move things around, and that results in Michael playing the Reinhardt position he's obviously not comfortable playing in, but I thought it could have went much worse from what we saw. Yeah,
like they said before, they nearly full held them.
Yeah.
And we could have been looking at a 1-1.
It was a great defense from Kungarna. I don't think you can take that away from them, right? Just a Carpe Nano Blade there towards the end, put things away for FaZe Clan.
But now we're at Volskaya Industries here. And this is going to be, once again, Kungarna's pick. And FaZe, well, I mean, it's no surprise that we would see a Sombra come out here.
Yeah, it looks like Shadowburn at the beginning will be running Sombra, so you'll keep the Zen and Lucio combination. You'll also have Diva Winston in terms of tanks, and Carpe will go back to Tracer Kungarna. Now, they'll be going with 76 and Tracer. It's what we see from them a lot. They'll have Super run the Hog, so now you get towards that left side high ground. You can have Hog try and bring some players up.
Yeah, but where's the protection, though? You don't have Zarya bubbles. I mean, the most you get is the Reinhardt shield, but you'll cut through that.
I mean, Ana will be able to heal, Bishu, and obviously, Hog gets that update. He can do a great, good amount of self-healing. You look at the side of FaZe Clan, and you don't really expect FaZe to run like a 76 here, so they don't really have a ton of damage to break that Reinhardt shield.
True.
Like, where is the damage? Like, the damage from Carpe isn't going to come through the front, right? It's going to come more on the flanks.
But then
and towards the back line.
You EMP the Rhine, and then goodbye shield. And then
well, I mean, at that point, if you're...
Or not EMP, or you just hack, whichever.
Right, but then you're going to put Shadowburn in a tough spot where he could potentially get hooked. There's a lot of different things that could happen.
And they are going to play on the right side, so typically you see players go for the left, but they're going to use that added protection there, and the closed corridors to tackle the right side now, trying to displace a couple folks here. Baby Bay though will fall, so losing out on a lot of damage from that 76. Dogman is dangerously low too, but they are able to take out Shadowburn and even things out here in this fight, as well as de-meching Spree. So now you're starting to look pretty good here. If you're Kungarna, you're getting a couple kills here, but still though, the fight continues to rage on.
Yeah, they should just try and force this on the point. Kungarna, they get a few picks. You have players, coming off of the spawn for FaZe Clan. You try and take advantage of it here. See Baby Bay trying to land these shots at range. He's going to go for that top high ground. Bishu takes out one, and then you're also going to have Super hook Joe Meister right before he can get that sound barrier. You saw the EMP come in. It doesn't work out for FaZe Clan. So now Kungarna will be on point A.
That was a good push.
Getting it rather quick. Yeah, you saw the Hog be pretty prominent there. He went towards that right-hand side. You're able to put some damage down on the Spree. Force him to get out of his mech, move back a little bit. You're able to get Shadowburn pretty weak. They take him out initially at the first fight where he didn't have the EMP. Now for FaZe Clan, you just have that Transcendence. You have a Pulse Bomb. Kungarna comes in here with a lot of ults, Alex. Sound Barrier, Nano Boost, Whole Hog. You have a good amount of ultimates here to work with. They're going to enter with that sound barrier.
Well, let's see now where the follow-up will be. Is they're able to get these kills. A Whole Hog will eliminate Fact Fiction there, so the Winston's going to go back to the spawn room. And Raucus, well, you got to use that Transcendence to just keep your teammates alive in this fight. So low there as well. And Joe Meister dropping the beat. That will provide some shields for a couple members there of FaZe, but now Baby Bay, he's going to try and see if he can get some kills, but forced back, though, by FaZe. And FaZe able to hold out. So that you said it before, they came in with a lot of ults.
And they used them all.
And they got nothing
out of it. Yeah, they try and enter with that sound barrier, and they go towards that bottom left health pack, and they're able to get one with the Whole Hog, and then they try and work their way onto the point. Raucus comes out with the Transcendence. Bishu uses an Earth Shatter there. Doesn't really connect with much. There's no follow-up after that. Baby Bay uses the Tac Visor. They're never able to get back on the point. Joe Meister did invest the sound barrier towards the end of the fight. Kungarna comes into this one, though, with no ultimates. Baby Bay switching now off of the 76 to the Zarya, so maybe you can build up a good Pulse Bomb grab combo. It'll be Super on the Roadhog, taking out Carpe here first.
Well, they're going to need to use this EMP eventually here. You see Shadowburn, he's just waiting for that prime chance. He goes right into the action, and he drops it. He's able to get pretty much everyone out of that one. And you start to see the health just trickle down for Kungarna. Spree's able to get a double with that.
Nice.
And that is just going to force everyone back, slow down this push, end it basically at this point in time. Baby Bay, back you go. And now it's going to be FaZe with another hold. So, you know, good use of the EMP there by Shadowburn.
The EMP hits a lot of the players for Kungarna, and they go into that bottom left room with the mega health pack. They think they're all safe. Spree launches a self-destruct in there. By the time they have a chance to react, it connects with 2 players.
It's good timing.
Takes them out inside. So now FaZe Clan, you'll kind of keep rotating these ultimates around, right? The EMP, the Transcendence, and the Sound Barrier. For this fight, you have that Transcendence. We'll see how they use it. Super building up towards a whole hog. You see Shadowburn behind enemy lines. You know, building up towards another EMP yet again. I think the ones they need to connect with is going to be this grab and pulse bomb combo. Michael uses the pulse bomb there when they don't have the grab.
Let's see now. Shadowburn and crew are able to pick up 2 kills early on here. And this is already going to start to slow things down. You can see members of Kungarna just going over the edge, realizing that this was a failed push, but they still managed, though. Still managed to have a lot to work with coming into this fight. But if you are FaZe, though, you're feeling pretty good considering what's going to be coming online in just a little bit.
Well, FaZe will get an EMP, and then that kind of puts Pooks in a difficult spot, right? Because you don't want to use that sound barrier, get all the effects negated. You'll also have a Nano Boost, Whole Hog, Earth Shatter, and your Graviton Surge. So maybe we see like a Grav plus Whole Hog combo here for Kungarna. It'll be interesting, though, because FaZe Clan will have both support ults, the Transcendence and the Sound Barrier to get through it.
So close to that EMP is Shadowburn. So close. And he is going to get it. So now you have all these ults online, but you can't use them if that EMP goes down. And Shadowburn's looking for the chance. There goes the Graviton Surge. Makes its way down, though. Earth Shatter as well, but the EMP has now dropped. You're going to have Raucus using the Transcendence to sustain on the fight, but the Sound Barrier on the other side, Pooks was able to use it, but you start to lose a couple members here. And, you know, in Assault, if you don't get that wipe, well, that is going to hurt. They have bodies on the point, though, X, and this is... could look pretty good for Kungarna if they keep playing it like this.
Shadowburn's still alive here for FaZe Clan. You know, Fact Fiction jumps onto the point. Joe Meister holds on to that Sound Barrier. We'll see if he decides to use it. May not even need it. Looks like right now, Kungarna, you'll only get 1 tick out of that, and you use a ton of ultimates. And now you just look at the overall game clock, right? 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. You know, FaZe starting to build up some more ultimates in their advantage. They get a self-destruct. They get a pulse bomb here. This kill's just being cleaned up. So, you know, the push falls in for Kungarna there. So they did use a ton of ultimates. As
Look
now,
at all they have to work
so
with.
now you're looking at Nano, Earth Shatter, Pulse Bomb for the next fight, probably a Whole Hog. If you invest those in, then you're really relying on a Graviton Surge, Sound Barrier, and then maybe another Pulse Bomb out of Michael. Which, with how FaZe is building up ultimates so fast, I mean, they have 5 right now. You're going to get Raucus with that Transcendence. So they use an EMP here. They can win this fight pretty easily with just that ultimate.
Yeah, and here he goes. Right into it. Shadowburn pops the EMP, forcing everyone back. You just see them all just backing away there, but they're able to pick up 2 kills, though, onto Fact Fiction and Shadowburn. The Diva Bomb was used, and they didn't get anything out of that one. And now they're going to put bodies on the point here. And you had mentioned before, you use that EMP. You know, that might just be what you need to win the fight, but it seems like they were able to hold on here. Pushing them back.
It's Sound Barriers coming out from both teams. An Earth Shatter from the side of Kungarna. That'll be the Transcendence coming out from Raucus, trying to keep everybody up. But Kungarna definitely has the upper hand here.
Wow.
Super doing a nice job on the Roadhog, connecting with Raucus on a hook, taking him out. But Spree and Carpe still on the point here. It's going to be a Graviton Surge that comes out from Baby Bay, but I believe Spree actually eats that up with the mech.
Now Carpe continuing to dance around. So they are going to hold, but they do get 2 ticks, though. And now you have 60 seconds remaining. And you really don't have all that much to work with if you're Kungarna.
Well, Kungarna, I mean, you just burned your Grav. You don't have the Pulse Bomb. You're going to have Nano. You use your Sound Barrier. You're going to have you're going to probably have your Nano Boost and your Earth Shatter coming in. For FaZe Clan, Shadowburn's going to build up to that EMP rather quickly already, at 60%. You have nothing else here for FaZe Clan. Although Carpe could land a big Pulse Bomb here, really destroy anything that Kungarna's got going.
He's looking for the chance. He's going to go in, pop behind the tanks here, drop that Pulse Bomb, and really ruin the day of Kungarna as they're going to try and make this push happen. He's going into a big bunch of them there. He was able to do a sizable amount of damage onto the tanks, though. So that's going to take out Bishu. Super bringing himself back to snuff there with the take a breather as he makes his way around the flank. But that EMP is going to come into play here, and now you don't have the ability to use your healing, and you're just going to fall instantly here. But still, though, you got members of Kungarna continuing to swarm around the point. They're trying to delay this as much as they possibly can, and they're picking up kills to boot.
Yeah, Baby Bay earns himself a grab. Bishu coming back into the fight here with his Earth Shatter as well. There comes the grab as soon as Raucus uses the Transcendence. Michael with a big pulse bomb there on a Carpe. It'll be a fact fiction primal rage here trying to knock players out of the point. There's the Earth Shatter from Bishu. Connecting on one. Self-destruct comes out from Spree, connects with nothing but just forces some players off to the point, but Kungarna still picking up the kills.
Kungarna looks like they might just do this here as they are getting so close to being able to cap point B. They're clearing out the members of FaZe, and they are able to make it happen in overtime. They managed to get 2 points on the board, and I am pretty surprised that that EMP, when it came out, did not disrupt that fight. Kungarna were able to overcome that, withstand the pressure from FaZe.
It was interesting because the beginning of the fight, they used the nano boost on the Super on the Roadhog, and you're not able to really get anything from it, right? Because FaZe, they disengage, they just back up. They don't even get to the point, Kungarna. And then at that moment, you had Bishu jump right in. Him with Baby Bay, they were able to stay alive a little bit longer. Bishu falls. The kills start to go in favor of Kungarna, and then you start to build up all your other ultimates. Because FaZe, at this point, right, you're killing them, they're going back to spawn. They have no ultimates already at the beginning of the fight, so they don't really have a chance to build up to anything outside of the Transcendence, and we're able to use all those ults to your advantage.
And that was more of a desperate situation for FaZe more than anything else. All right, then. Well, now as we get set up here, Kungarna are going to be on the defense, and, the Des had talked about it before. Super on that Roadhog has just been very, very good. And now you're going to see it happen one more time. Michael over to the Reinhardt. Bishu with the Diva. Dogman playing the Sombra.
So here's the thing, though. Kungarna now on defense will run the Sombra. We have seen FaZe use this exact comp against Sombra before. What they do is they go over towards that mega health pack side, towards the right-hand side when you get through the choke, and they put Doomfist down in that room, and he just causes so much chaos because you want to play on top of that mega health pack, but you can't just sit in that closed area when Doomfist is down there because he just has so much one-hit kill potential and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see how Kungarna adjusts when they see that Doomfist.
And furthermore, we saw Leaf on the EU side of Contenders just dominate with Doomfist, and a lot of people concerned that Doomfist wasn't going to be nearly as good, but nothing really changed besides that hitbox, right? So Doomfist is still...
He's still good,
He's
right?
still very strong.
I mean, anytime you have the potential for, like, the one-shot kills, with the rocket punch,
there's Doomfist.
I mean, they make it a little bit harder, but still, there's no reason not to run the Doomfist. And here's the thing, right? I mean, Shadowburn gets to this position, knows that they want to hold down that bottom health pack. You see he connects there on the Baby Bay with an uppercut, takes him out. So now you lose the 76. Now it's going to be even harder for Kungarna to hold on.
Hey, you don't have to worry about that long-range damage, but they are going to need to follow this one up with another kill here. Dogman, all right, so he's out of that one. Don't got to be too concerned about continuing to build up on the EMP. Michael, pretty low on health, though. And if they are able to take out Super, I mean, he's been such a threat on the Hog, which they do manage to make that happen. Now it's going to be Michael here all by his lonesome. They're able to wipe them out. Bye-bye. That's what Carpe says. And that is going to be 0.8 to FaZe Clan in very dominating fashion.
Yeah, you lose the 76, so you're not able to put down the damage from the high ground. And then at that point, you're just having your tanks just sit on top of that health pack, just getting poked down. Eventually, they all fall. And FaZe takes point A. Ton of time here to get to point B. Changes coming in for Kungarna. Baby Bay will take up the Tracer responsibilities. Michael will be going over to Reaper here. So I know usually we see Reaper when the opposing team has a Sombra. Reaper's pretty good against Sombra. This time you'll see the Reaper played with Sombra as Dogman earns himself the EMP.
They're really confident with Super on the Hog. As they should. He has been playing pretty good thus far. So look for him to continue to be, or potentially be, a difference maker here. Pulse Bomb drops down right on top of Bishu. That's just going to demech him. And now you have that EMP come through. So we'll handle some of the members of FaZe here. And while as they dive into it, they're trying to see if they can keep themselves going in this fight.
Yeah, they're going to keep this fight going. Rock is still healing these members up from a distance. He has the nano boost. Shadowburn down there as well with Carpe. You did lose Fact Fiction, though. That is a big loss. You lose the one tank you had inside of the point. Most likely see FaZe start to back up here. Shadowburn will get staggered out. So now they're going to have to back up even farther. Carpe will jump off the side. But The positive here for FaZe is you know that Kungarna does not have the EMP. They don't have the sound barrier as well. So you come into the next fight if you're FaZe Clan. You have your nano boost, you have your sound barrier. You're going to get Shadowburn closer and closer towards that Dragon Blade. You have some tools to work with here.
Let's see what FaZe's approach will be as they have 5 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Looking for a pick here, kind of open up the chances for them and give them that 6v5. They're able to find it as they are continuing to dance around here. Now Carpe, look for him to tackle onto the high ground here. Go after, you know, the support, the lone support there in Pooks. Losing out on Pooks would be a significant advantage for FaZe.
And I think you're just seeing the damage poking down from FaZe Clan. Obviously, you're not allowing Dogman to build up towards that EMP as self-destruct comes down there from Bishu. Gets taken out before you can get back in the mech. But the big thing is oh, well, you could have built up towards that Nano Boost Dragon Blade combo, but Shadowburn falls at the hands of Baby Bay. You do end up investing your sound barrier into this, and it's going to be the whole hog of super forcing you back. So it looked like FaZe Clan, you were trying to wait and get a good Nano plus Dragon Blade combination. Then you would have had your sound barrier there as well. Shadowburn falls to the last second. You're not able to do it. Now you burned a few of those ultimates. So now Kungarna, you do have, you're going to have an EMP here. You're going to have a sound barrier for the next fight. So Joe Meister, you don't have to worry about your sound barrier getting negated. You just used it. We'll see how they use this EMP around Dogman, or they hold on to it. Maybe for when Joe Meister earns that sound barrier yet again.
Oh, I think they might go for the EMP. I mean, considering that, they know that FaZe don't really have much in the tank here in this fight. This could very well be, just an eco push. They have so much time to work with, right? But there goes the sound barrier. Now the Dragon Blade's going to come out here, and no EMP just yet. Oh, there goes the EMP, excuse me. EMP will be in play, and that will basically stop all the movement. And they invested 2 ults into that one, and so well done. I had thought that they would have known that the EMP was coming, especially considering the damage that they put on Bishu before this push, and then Bishu went back to get health. I mean, you had to have known, especially with how Sombra builds up on the EMP so quickly. And
we'll see if that's a calculated decision from FaZe Clan, because now you see Shadowburn switch over to Reaper. So Reaper, we mentioned a little bit earlier, very good against Sombra. Reaper also good against Roadhog, right? You can put down a ton of damage on the Roadhog.
They did swap out of that.
So I wonder if you kind of use that Nano plus the Dragon Blade combo. Raucus will get the Nano rather quickly with the healing from range.
Yeah, but did you really need to invest the Nano into it?
Probably not, but I mean, maybe that's kind of the idea. Maybe they thought that they needed the Nano Blade to force out the sound barrier plus the EMP, like get both of those ultimates out. So maybe that's the thinking there from FaZe Clan.
And Raucus is almost at 50% here gained, so.
And Joe Meister's at 90%. I mean, he's going to have a sound barrier here in just a second. The issue is that, okay, the sound barrier comes in, now the push comes through. So even if the EMP comes by, you still have that damage from the Reaper.
Well, given that the EMP hasn't been played out just yet, and there you have it. I was going to say, well, they're safe for now. They were able to get a couple kills onto that one. Super has to go whole hog here as he just healed himself, but gets slept there by Raucus, just putting him to sleep. And now they continue to put some pressure onto the point. Still, though, they haven't been able to get any ticks, and you just can't deal with Super. He's still alive here, and that hurts so much. Shadowburn, though, he's able to get 2, but it will be Michael with his Death Blossom, but wiped out by Shadowburn now, and now they're starting to make some progress here.
Yeah, and Pook's up top, he's just waiting. Maybe his teammates can come down. They're going to force him down on the point, and this is big. You get him out, now that's going to be the one support ult you would have had if you're Kungarna. Things are looking good for FaZe. It's going to be a Primal Rage that comes in for Fact Fiction, trying to knock players back. Super switches over to the May to try and stall Shadowburn here with the Death Blossom, takes out Bishu. So we'll see if FaZe Clan can get just a little bit more to complete the point.
They're still getting kills here. And the sound barrier, actually, Pooks tried to drop the beat, but was stopped in midair, and that will give FaZe 2 points here with 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. This is, I mean, again, just Shadowburn switching over to that Reaper, and
not ideal for Super, right?
No, not at all.
A nano-boosted Reaper right into your face as Roadhog. Probably not what he wanted to
do there. And
also
a credit to Spree, too, in that situation as well. Just putting the defense matrix right on top of the Reaper, mitigating all of that damage.
And here, I think, is the interesting point on defense. Does Kungarna go with the Sombra yet again? Knowing that FaZe Clan likes to play around this Doomfist on Volskaya on offense, around the defensive Sombra comp. Do we see them go with it again? It looks like they are. Looks like the difference I think you see is, well, actually, no, Super played the Roadhog the first time around, so we're not seeing any changing up from Kungarna here.
I think Bishu played Reinhardt.
Oh, no, you had Michael on Reinhardt. It was a triple tank
Oh, that's
setup.
right. Yes, I'm sorry.
You had the Diva, the Roadhog, and the Reinhardt from Kungarna the first time around. So I guess the only difference is you drop the Reinhardt, you gain yourself a Tracer, and you drop the Diva, and you gain yourself a Winston.
All right, well, this is going to be tough here. One tick. The golden tick, you see it on point A there. That's all FaZe need to get as they get ready for their attack. They have 1 minute and 30 seconds to do so. Their first attack, well, they were able to accomplish that one with relative ease, and that came from a big opening that Shadowburn was able to give them on a kill to Baby Bay onto the 76. And they're looking to do the same thing again. Fact Fiction just kind of scouting, getting an idea of, where players are going to be positioning themselves here. As you see on the side of your screen there, the Doomfist pushed up on the right. He's waiting for the chance.
And the thing here is that I know Kungarna's playing around the Sombra, but they don't have anybody over by that mega health pack. Everybody playing over towards that high ground, so they're giving up that right-hand side. They're playing around the health pack inside of the hut. They're going to lose Super right away. They're going to lose Bishu as well. Not ideal here, losing both tanks.
Oh, not at all. And you just lost out on your support. And despite them losing out on Spree with the Diva mech, it really won't matter. That is going to be FaZe with control on the point and the win on the board. GG, FaZe Clan wins it 3-2, and they're up by 3.
And I love the way they play around the Doomfist on offense on Volskaya. They use it to great effect against defensive Sombra comps. You see right there, Shadowburn was able to move in, take out Super right away. Then you're able to just take the other tank out, which was Bishu, and you just move your way onto the point. It's a very effective offensive strategy that comes in from FaZe. A lot of boops there from Joe Meister there, results in the play of the game.
Yeah, that's could be for Boopasaurus's, boop of the day, potentially.
Potentially. I mean, it was a play of the game, so it should be.
Should be, right? Boop, I'm just letting you know. Anyway, well, that's going to do it. And that being said, FaZe will win the series.
Yep.
They will be up 3-0. This puts Kungarna in a very bad position playoff-wise. In fact, I think that that's kind of like
it's going to be very tough because I believe they're 2-3 with 7 map wins. So you don't earn anything here. FNR, GFE, and Rogue so far ahead in terms of map wins. I think you needed some in this series, and to lose 4-0 especially would be very hard on Kungarna's playoff chances.
Well, it looks like FaZe might do just that. Take the 4-0 victory. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, map 4. Let's see how all this concludes. Welcome back, everyone, as we get ready for map number 4 here. FaZe have won the series, as you see right here. They will be up 3-0, taking the victory in the W column for the standings, which, you know, puts them that much closer to going to playoffs.
They're really, I mean, they're fighting for that number 2 spot with Envision. Envision has a very difficult end to their season. They'll play, obviously, Envy coming up right after this. And then they play FaZe next week.
It doesn't get easier for Envision.
Their last 3 matches are very tough.
I want to see, I don't know where I saw it. I think it was over GG or Reddit. I don't remember when someone had mentioned that for Envision, the road just doesn't get easier at this point. They were able to squeeze out some big wins, you know, especially, you know, the win against Immortals, the win against Rogue.
I think there's probably a way where
Envision might not make it.
Well, no, I think they make it.
You think
so?
But
there's a way, I think,
if they lose 2 straight,
a very high chance I think they end up with the 4th spot, which would put them against Envy.
Well, and it really, that's true. And it does come down to the Rogue Envy match next week. If Rogue wins that match against Envy, then, or if they end up getting more map wins.
Yeah, I mean, your
your
last spot is pretty much decided between Rogue and FNR GFE. And then I think it's just in terms of placement. So
yeah, we're also forgetting FNR GFE because they're actually they're the team that beat Rogue and beat Envision.
They're a team that's like going under the radar, but like I've really enjoyed watching them play.
Every time they play, it's fun. But let's go ahead and focus here on FaZe versus Kungarna.
Maybe I wasn't ready to focus here, Alex.
I think you should, Matt. I think you should.
What if I wasn't ready?
I don't know. That's your problem.
That actually would be my problem.
That's not my problem.
It actually would be your
job
about
the
to get me
comps.
back on
Talk
track.
about the comps.
So this will be the first time we've seen Shadowburn play Genji this series.
Yay.
Well, we actually saw it on Volskaya there towards the end. Then he switches off to Reaper. But we saw a lot of Doomfist. This probably will be the best extended look for Shadowburn on Genji that we've seen. And Kungarna, looks like at the beginning you'll have Michael run Genji and Baby Bay will run Tracer. So usually they run Tracer 76 with Baby Bay on the 76 and Michael on the Tracer. This time change it up a bit.
You know, there's just a lot of pressure on Michael here from us calling, some of the plays that he's making and to the fans and to the desk and really to just everyone in general. And already Shadowburn is going to get that pick onto Dogman there. And we'll, just push back Kungarna here for the time being. But like I was saying, Michael, he just does not seem to have a groove. Switching to all these different heroes who play very different roles on the team.
Yeah, and it's got to be hard, right? I mean, he's got to know that his play has not been fantastic thus far. So trying to get out of the rut, trying to make plays for the team, puts himself in a tough position. Baby Bay here, just trying to hunt down Carpe.
What can Baby Bay
really
not
weak.
do, though? Oh, he does.
Oh, Carpe comes out and finishes him off. But
sorry about that.
He did die. And now we have teams building up towards some ultimates. Kungarna getting close up both of their support ults. It'll be Fact Fiction getting the benefits of a nano boost here. So he's just trying to push back Kungarna even further.
They were able to take out Bishu there. And again, that's just going to have to force Kungarna back, wait to re-engage.
And I do worry for Kungarna in the next fight. I mean, you do have both support ults, and you have the Dragon Blade. Fact Fiction, if he plays where the cart is, whatnot, and that's where the pressure comes in for Kungarna, he could just use Primal Rage to start knocking everybody back. Really not get much out of it.
That's true. And Baby Bay was hoping for something with a Pulse Bomb. There goes the Sound Barrier, though, and they're able to get the kill on Fact Fiction, so no use on the Primal Rage, as you had said before, and it seems as if this will just be a clear, and they will take the payload right through the car wash here.
You'll have another fight, though, if you're FaZe.
Yes, you will. And you'll have a lot to work with.
You'll have a Sound Barrier coming into it. You'll also have a Dragon Blade. And then once Carpe gets back, you'll have a Pulse Bomb. So you have a lot of ultimates here to work with. If you're FaZe, all you've used thus far is that nano boost. If they can force the Transcendence out, then use a Dragon Blade. They can hold here on point A.
Sound Barrier to initiate will get Fact Fiction. Carpe with the kill onto Dogman as well. You don't have the Transcendence. So the Transcendence is gone. You can't use that. You have Shadowburn just going crazy with the blade. He doesn't get any kills with it, though. That will prompt out Super to have to use the Primal Rage now as he knocks people around, but players are dying over here. Bishu's out of this one. Super, well, he's losing a lot of health now. Dogman coming back into the engagement, but they recognize that they're just going to have to back away. They will have, at the very least, they will have the Transcendence for this next fight. I could see them capping it here.
The biggest kill there was Carpe taking out Dogman before they could even get a use of that Transcendence. See Shadowburn on our screen playing Genji. One of, I think you can say, the best Genji in North America. Although he's not from North America, he's playing in North America, but
He's
still
Russian.
he's the best Genji in North America.
He's the best Genji living in North America right now.
Yes.
Because he's,
I would agree.
you know, he's, maybe agilities. You can make a good thing for that one too. But
Self-destruct comes out from Bishu here at the beginning, Alex, and you also see the Transcendence. Michael does have this Dragon Blade. Let's see if he can get anything out of it.
yeah, well, that's going to be a kill onto Raucus there. Joe Meister really close to the beat, but I don't think that they're going to be able to use that in this fight. And if anything, I don't even know if you necessarily want to here. I mean, they're so close to capping the point. Joe Meister is going to fall. Kungarna getting a lot of kills on the board here. Fact Fiction, he's just getting shredded. And that is going to be the cap there. Kungarna puts it on the board 1.
You do have a decent hold-on defense from FaZe Clan, though. They did use the nano boost at that fight. I know on to Fact Fiction for a little bit of extra sustain. You know, he's on the point doing some more damage as well. And now Kungarna, only 2 minutes and 40 seconds to move here through the hangar phase. FaZe Clan will be able to initiate with a sound barrier if they do like. With that Dragon Blade combination, Pooks with a sound barrier of his own here from Kungarna, and I think you've seen this this comp work quite well for Kungarna. Super uses Primal Rage, trying to knock players back, not even let him through the door. But I have liked what I've seen with Baby Bay on the Tracer and Michael running the Genji.
Well, again, you have a guy in Baby Bay, and I did compliment him before. He is fantastic, and I would be shocked if we don't see Baby Bay, you know, on an OWL team or an OWL team down the line here, because he is a really, really good player. And on the Tracer, just continuing to show that versatility that he has and what he can bring to a team. And Michael, though, by the way, hasn't been, you know, playing all that bad. He's been doing his job as Genji. Here comes the Dragon Blade now. He is looking to take out at least one of the members here of FaZe, and he's able to do so. But Shadowburn with a blade of his own will stop Michael right in his tracks. And now this is going to be FaZe. And I just feel like every time I praise someone, they die. I think I'm Kryptonite.
FaZe ends up using a sound barrier to get back towards the point. They also use a self-destruct to buy enough time for Shadowburn to come off of spawn and use that Dragon Blade. But there's some members low here for FaZe Clan on the point spree. He's going to get demeched. Fact Fiction trying to stay alive as well. It'll be a self-destruct that comes in from Bishu. Connects with one. It's a big kill there on the Joe Meister.
Indeed it is. Taking him out of the action. And you see the members of Kungarna swarming around it. Carpe, though, trying to stay alive. They have 2 tanks with presence on it, but without the heals, it's going to hurt. And they will be so dangerously close. But there comes the Transcendence right in the nick of time now. As Dogman, they want to just cap this point. They're so close, and it's now under a minute remaining here, X.
In the spot they're in, though, the defensive spawn advantage is going to come in here for FaZe Clan, so you'll have Spree getting back. Now Raucus trying to make his way out. Super takes him out before he can make it back. Got a little bit worried there, because if FaZe could have extended that a little bit longer, you would not have had a Transcendence or a sound barrier for that one last fight. And now with 2 minutes to go, Fact Fiction jumps off the side. You do have Raucus make a change. He'll go over to the Zenyatta. So now in terms of ultimates for Kungarna, to move this one around the corner, all you got is a self-destruct, and you'll have a Primal Rage, and you will end up getting a sound barrier towards the later end of the game. But FaZe Clan's going to have a lot of ults to work with here soon, Alex. You're going to have a Dragon Blade, you're going to have your own Primal Rage, self-destruct, and sound barrier.
Now we're going to be in the final phase, and they're going to get that first kill, making it 6v5. Now you have to take advantage of this opportunity here and try and punish as much as you can. There goes the Diva Bomb, though, onto the payload. It's going to force everyone away here. Now the Dragon Blade comes out for Michael, as he's going to dive into the back line, but he's going to get stopped there by Raucus. Wisely enough, just backing away, and just not giving him the range, or excuse me, the opportunity to close that gap.
And Kungarna's held on to both support ults here, because you know that Shadowburn has that Dragon Blade. You know eventually that Dragon Blade's going to come in. FaZe Clan with both support ults as well. Be interesting to see if FaZe Clan can kind of come out on top in this exchange, right? If Kungarna initiates with one of the support ults, maybe you only use that Transcendence, and then you can kind of back up a little bit and then have one really good fight. There's a sound barrier that comes in for Kungarna. It's going to be a sound barrier from FaZe Clan as well. It'll be Bishu launching a self-destruct into the sky. He's able to connect with Joe Meister. Let's see. It's going to be Dogman. Both teams using Transcendence here. Now Shadowburn just waiting for this to end. Yep.
And there you go. It's going to be over. Transcendence is gone. No more peacefulness. It's got. Oh, I was going to say Dogman. The Zenyatta just shutting down Shadowburn with a headshot there. Still, though, FaZe continuing to maintain control onto the point now as Super dives in, and he dies so quickly. I'm actually kind of shocked that he dove in that far. without any kind of protection there. And FaZe continuing to maintain presence onto the point. And I mean, with 10 seconds remaining, that was kind of a ballsy move.
Yeah, I mean, now you're not going to have him maybe get back into this next fight. He can pop the Primal Rage, maybe go over the top to get back towards the payload.
Okay, here he comes.
You see, Super does get back towards the payload here. He's getting very low. He's going to be forced to pop that Primal Rage. Michael getting very close to a Dragon Blade here could be the difference.
Here comes the Dragon Blade from Michael. Let's see if he can come big in the moment here. As Michael's able to get the kill onto Joe Meister at the very least. You're going to see that Transcendence come out for Raucus, but he just does not have much in the way of presence on the point. 3 members, though, of Kungarna, as they continue to dance around here, throwing shapes all over the place now. And it seems as if Kungarna, though, they're starting to, fade out here. They need to just rally back, but no, they'll get pushed back in round 1 complete. It's going to be 2 points on the board. The shapes weren't enough.
And I thought Raucus was very good there towards the end of the game once he switched off to the Zen. Yeah, you keep throwing shapes in there. Every time that Bren goes out to like a bar, we ask him how his time is, and he says, "Oh man, it was great. We were throwing shapes," which
I've never heard this phrase
allegedly
before.
It means dancing.
But I made a promise to myself that I would use that at least once.
Yeah, I mean,
and I felt it was applicable there.
I'm pretty sure if your idea of dancing is throwing shapes at other people, you're probably not having too much success dancing with other people. But you never know.
Have you seen Bren?
I don't know what these kids are up to nowadays.
I know these.
I'm out of the loop.
Darn kids these days.
Raucus, when he switches over to the Zen, I thought he was very good. You saw his positioning like in the spawn door, keeps himself pretty safe from Michael when he comes through with the Dragon Blade. Also, the Harmony Orb's able to keep Spree and Fact Fiction alive long enough on the point for the rest of his teammates to funnel out through the other side of the door.
Yeah.
Thought it was a really good positioning there from Raucus.
I had to do it, man. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You don't have to apologize. You're my friend, Alex, and I will stand behind you.
Thank you so much.
Through anything.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
I kind of meant that.
I really want to see the Overwatch community really just embrace throwing shapes.
throwing shapes. Have like a Zenyatta skin where he only throws different shapes out.
Jeff, work on it.
It'll be like a Bren skin. He'll have like funny glasses, and you'll have
and he'll just say random things that make no sense.
Like a UK flag draped over him, and he'll throw shapes. I'd buy it.
Yeah, I will too.
Kungarna on defense, they'll be running the same thing. Baby Bay on the Tracer, Michael on the Genji.
Baby Bay's been great on the Tracer,
and I thought Michael was pretty good on the Genji as well.
Yeah, it's like refreshing to see, right? But sometimes though, maybe it's too little, too late. X. I mean, now you're in this position for Kungarna. You lost the series. You had Baby Bay on Tracer. And
you've had a rough few weeks for Kungarna.
Yeah.
And the time would have been to make like a change in terms of whether it was a roster change or comp change. Probably around it was funny. We were talking all the teams making changes in week 3. It was like, oh well, why are they making changes now? It's like, well, you realize there's only 7 games in the season.
Yeah, it's a short season.
Every game matters so much as you want the best roster out there. Bishu takes out Fact Fiction at the beginning here. It's a good attack on the payload here from Kungarna, pushing FaZe back a little bit. Baby Bay, though, does fall, and you get Fact Fiction coming in off the spawn, so the advantage now will be in favor of FaZe.
Yeah, they were able to just shut him down there. Goodbye, Pooks and Michael. You just have to go right back to the spawn now. They're continuing to just pick up some more kills, and this is a FaZe win, right? They were able to get that kill right in the nick of time there, as you had your Winston coming out of spawn. You were able to go into that engagement 6v5. And, everything just, all the pieces just fell in place on that play. But now it's just a question of, how Kungarna are going to look to defend this one here. Already a kill onto Michael as he was at that pulse bomb was at the doorway. So no more Genji for this fight. Let's see. What do we have here, X?
You have an Nano Boost come out on a Fact Fiction. Joe Meister earns his sound barrier, but he gets taken out with a pulse bomb there from Baby Bay. Shadowburn also pulling out his Dragon Blade during this. He takes out both supports for Kungarna. See if FaZe can take advantage of it. Bishu and Baby Bay, though, still in the action.
And you have them continue to survive around the point. Carpe with another bomb there onto Super. And there goes the Diva bomb as well. So they're going to keep this one going. Teammates are going to be rallying back to the point here for FaZe. Nano Boost on the other side here. I didn't see who was fed that one, but here comes Michael with the blade. Sound barrier is out to keep them alive here as the blade does so much damage. And the sound barrier on the rival side here for Kungarna now, as they're looking to force back FaZe onto the balcony now. And this so far, though, has been a very extended fight, but they do get that kill into Dogman and Michael.
It's great for FaZe because they end up burning the nano boost, does Kungarna, and the sound barrier, they get nothing. FaZe just kind of escapes down towards the bridge, then comes back towards the point. Now FaZe here to take point A. You do have your nano boost, Fact Fiction with a Primal Rage. You probably don't even need any of those, as looks like FaZe will take point A. They're going to push on forward. It looks like they're going to be able to get Super here. Oh no, actually Super gets out of harm's way. So nice play by Super. But coming into the next fight, Kungarna use both their support ults here towards the end. So you're not going to have, well, Transcendence you won't have because Dogman just switches over to the Zenyatta. You're not going to have the sound barrier as well. You don't have a Dragon Blade. FaZe Clan has a ton here. You can use your own nano boost. You have your own Primal Rage, and Shadowburn's going to get that Dragon Blade.
Raucous will fall, and one would think that you'd want to combo that nano boost with the Dragon Blade there. And here comes the sound barrier. Oh, never mind. Joe Meister. It did never happen. Joe Meister got killed there before he was able to use it now, but they're still able to get kills. So Fact Fiction just swarming over them with that Primal Rage.
I was going to say, it may be a blessing in disguise that they don't even need the sound barrier there.
Look at how much they have going to this next fight.
Yeah, Fact Fiction uses his Primal Rage. He's able to clean up some other members with Shadowburn and Carpe. It seems like Shadowburn and Carpe, throughout the season, just their chemistry as a DPS duo has just gotten better and better. As Carpe, a one-on-one battle here with Baby Bay. A few gun whacks to the head forces him back. As now FaZe Clan, they'll use the nano boost here onto Shadowburn. He's got his Dragon Blade out.
D.Va Bomb's going to go down as well, though he was able to kill Bishu, so the D.Va will have to go back to the spawn here. And you are going to have a fight that will be going on the side of FaZe. So far, they have the man advantage. They're forcing back Dogman. Dogman's down, and you basically get that second point. And they put a lot into that fight here, but you saw the ult economy. That fight was very much in the advantage of FaZe.
Yeah, Michael ends up using a Dragon Blade there. Bishu uses a self-destruct. This next fight's going to be huge for Kungarna. You're going to have both your support ults plus a Primal Rage. You need to get good use of these in this next fight. FaZe with a decent amount of time here, 3 minutes and 30 seconds and counting to complete this map, win the series 4-0.
Carpe is able to get a pulse bomb, force out that Transcendence. Well, the sound barrier is actually going to be used here, and here comes Carpe. He's actually getting a lot of, putting a lot of pressure onto Dogman. If he drops that pulse bomb, well, that could potentially bring out, okay, so no, luckily for him, his mission there was just purely force out that Transcendence if he had it, which he does. It just didn't happen quite yet.
Smart by Dogman not to burn it right away. Now, though, Dogman does burn it, and Shadowburn gets a kill on a Michael at the beginning. So you trade your Tracer for the Transcendence on the other side, and you take out the opposing team's Genji. Now, FaZe Clan, you don't have to push in right away. You can wait for Carpe. Now, look at this. FaZe, you're going to have a Nano Boost, you're going to have a Sound Barrier, and you're going to have a Dragon Blade. No support ults on the other side. Carpe did his job there, forcing that Transcendence out.
So close to the Blade here, and he knows he's going to have free reign to do what he wants. Baby Bay is going to be gone. Fact Fiction just jumped right on him. Shut that down. Michael with the Blade now, but the sound barrier is going to keep them going in the fight. D.Va Bomb, though. Do they manage to stay alive? Yes, the D.Va Bomb doesn't do much in the way of killing anyone. And while that was going on, well, they were able to get the kills onto their Genji, too. So now as they make their way around the bend here, you're going to have a Nano Blade coming into this fight, and you have no way of stopping it if you're Kungarna. You need to have some big plays.
You don't even have a Primal Rage to knock it back. You don't have a self-destruct to force players off of the cart. Does not look good here. There comes the Dragon Blade Nano Boost combination. Shadowburn cuts through two. Be a DMAC there onto Bishu as well.
I mean, that's exactly the situation that you knew was going to happen. They had nothing to deal with it. And they're trying to stall this out as much as they can. Carpe gets a pulse bomb here into one of the supports. Oh, never mind. He's just going to go ahead and punch the support in the face there. Lose out on both of them in this fight. And this is just not looking good for Kungarna here. It could very well be a 4-0, as you're going to have a Primal Rage Desperation to just try and keep things going on the fight. But Super, he is torn right through there. Winston, not long for this world. And they're 1.60 meters from making this one happen.
Dogman is going to get, he's 98% to a Transcendence there. You thought maybe he would have been able to get onto the point. Stall it a little bit longer. He's not able to do so, as it will be FaZe Clan taking the series 4-0 over Kungarna.
you hate to see it happen.
But it happened.
But it happened. I mean, as soon as they burned those support ults and you had the nano blade, that just spelled doom there. It opened things up for that frantic fight to begin.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of the ultimates used at the end there. Shadowburn did a fantastic job with the Dragon Blade. He actually finishes, I think I looked over at the card, of 44 eliminations during that game. But that whole thing is set up by Carpe. He's able to just put some pressure on a Dogman. Dogman does a nice job the first time, though, not holding on to it, getting back towards his teammates, getting Carpe weak. The second time, though, gets him very weak. He uses the Transcendence. You don't have any more support ults the rest of the game.
Yeah, he was very clear in that particular situation. He was hoping to force that. But in any case, though, it still worked out wonderfully for FaZe as they get 4 wins on the match 1 column. And as we talk about the playoff picture, that is massive. They also will get the victory to boot because, you know, that's what happens when you get 4 match wins. I know you were going to say that, so I got to you before you even said it. All right, let's go ahead and send it over to Puckett and the guys to break it all down. Lots to talk about, fellas.